Hey y'all, it's your girl Vincere, aka Courtney, and I'm back with another assembly. Y'all know the rules. Like, share, and subscribe to see more of this, or even if you just enjoyed this video. Today, I started by laying out all my pieces. I got them out the box. Everything is situated. You might see a couple extra boxes and pieces laying around here because I'm assembling more than one item. But today, we're making the GULLABERG dresser, 6-drawer dresser, and I'm very tired from last night. Had a little pop-up shop. But yeah, so you're going to take these sideboards. You got your side, the middle, and you got the right. You're going to line it just like this with all the holes facing the exact same direction that you see me have it. Once you have that, we're going to work out our layout from there. We're going to start by using the railings. Like I said, you see them holes is on the same side. This is very crucial, very important to your assembly building, so you make sure the drawers come out and go in properly and everything is lined up the way it needs to be.
Everything on the table.
So I have my left, my middle, and my right panel laid out just like this. And we're working with rails CL and CR. We're going to open screw bag number 1. As you can see on my screw bag, it say 11. I don't know, manufacturer defect. But yeah, we're going to take CR, and that is going to go on our left panel and our middle panel. The wheel goes towards the outer side with the 2 holes that you see.
Got about 5 IKEA items.
It doesn't go in the 2 holes, but it goes that way towards the 2 holes. Just how you see me have it lined up here, we're going to go ahead and line up 4 railings. I'm sorry, correction, 3 railings.
They're good. They're getting better.
Just where I'm pointing, I will lay them out. This time I had to do my video a whole different way. So bear with me, guys. I was working with limited space. And we're going to use these little screws that come wrapped up in their own individual pouch inside of screw bag number 1. Showing you right here as I tighten it. I do use an electric drill. It is not recommended unless you know how to use one. Otherwise, you will want to use a manual screwdriver. Now, once you have all those railings, oh, look, this one says CR. You can kind of see it. It's engraved inside of the railing. And yeah, we're going to line up them 3 holes. One is by the wheel. Then the other one is in the middle, and one is on the opposite end. You're going to use 3 of those small screws ending in 114, and you're going to go ahead and screw that in. You're going to do that to all your panels that we have laid out, just as you see me do here. Once you have all of those laid out, we're going to take that middle panel and we're going to flip it around. And on the other side, you should see something similar. Yeah, we're going to use railings CR and go ahead and put those 3 on there. You should only have 3 railings left, and these are the 3 you want to use. They should all be the same as well. You should not have CRs on panels with CLs. No, none of that. They all face the same direction. And yeah, everything will come out smooth. Once you have those nailed down, you're going to take your hand and just move these black pieces back and forth, I guess making sure they work. It wasn't really clear in the directions. What are you really doing? I guess, just making sure they work smoothly. So I give that a flick, and we're going to work with our cam screws now, and we're going to put 3 of those, well, technically 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to put 5 of those. 5 of those go on the panel. Each panel, to be exact. The 2 side panels get 5, and the 1 middle panel gets 3. Just as you see me pointing here. And I'm going to go ahead and start screwing those in. I'll show you how they look once they're screwed in, because they don't go all the way in. They poke out just like that. Cannot over screw these, otherwise you'll strip it. Now that you have 3 on that side, you want to go ahead and flip it over And you're going to put 3 more on this side. It's only on the middle panel. The outside panels don't do it. Once you have that done, I'm going to go ahead and use my 2 longer screws and screw that to the base of the board panel that you're about to see me grab. Also, I forgot to press record, and so sorry guys, but it gets screwed onto the middle piece of that board where you see them 2 holes at. It gets screwed on that way, and then yeah, now we're just going to go ahead and screw the baseboard into the middle board, just as you see, using screws in and in 359. And once you do that, we're going to go ahead and grab our 3 wooden slats and our wooden dowels, and we're going to go ahead and attach them just like you see me do here. I first start with my wooden dowels. Just go ahead and put those in the holes available. You're going to use 6 on this step, 3 goes into this panel, and then once you put the panels attaching to what are we building, a dresser, then you're going to put the wooden dowels on the opposite end, as you see me do here. I am holding the camera with one hand and using my other hand to build this, so I mean, I don't suggest you do what I do. I suggest you get some help, you know, somebody to help you assist with this furniture assembly so you don't break any of the pieces. Once you have those 3 things put into get play, we're going to go ahead and take our cam lock screws. Well, I think the screws are the longer ones, and these are just cam locks. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and take that, and this is using a Phillips screwdriver. I did use my drill on the first time, but I did not like the outcome, and it wasn't very efficient, so I grabbed my Phillips screwdriver and I tightened it from there. These are always best using a screwdriver. I would never really use a drill to do these things unless I'm being super lazy. This is a great way to accidentally break your assembly. And it will be loose just like that. It's not super tight, but it holds the 2 panels together until the assembly is together. So now you're going to go ahead and do that to both 3 panels. And you see I grab my screwdriver and I tighten it up this way. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one and the one after that. Yep. And now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and take the left panel that we had working on our left side. And all you got to do is stand that up. You're going to make sure that metal piece is towards the back. And the way we have our assembly laying, this is the front of the assembly. Go ahead and move my little screws out the way. I hope y'all have y'all screws separated and more organized than I do, because I always make mistakes. But I don't lose my screws, but I overlook the things that I have, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So now, I aligned my side panel just like this, and we're going to take those cam screws, and just like we did with the other side, we're going to do right here. I do just show y'all like this because I have to put my phone down to do so, and once I do, I tighten it up. Now we're going to do the same exact thing to the right side of this dresser. Go ahead and put those 3 wooden slates in, and go ahead and put that side panel. Once you have everything done and fastened, it should look just like this. If you have it just like this, everything's facing the same direction, you are ready for your next step. We're going to go ahead and grab that thin piece of cardboard. I'm not going to give my opinion on this. I'm just going to leave my 2 cents out and build the furniture the way it's supposed to be built. So this thin panel goes on the back of the dresser to make sure nothing falls out of your drawers onto the floor, and, you know, I guess keep the dresser together. Like, we're not going to go there, but they have holes in them, and you want to make sure the holes align with the wooden pieces. They have 2 slits at the top, just like here. You want to leave that towards the top, and the slit that's inside of the panels is what the thin panel is going to slide up against, so it should be inside the grooves. We're going to then take the black pieces. I know y'all see me grabbing these white pieces, but I really made a mistake. You grab the black pieces that look just like the white pieces now. They look just like them. They look just like them, just like that.
Yeah,
you have some other black pieces that look a little different. You want to grab the ones that look just like this and do the same thing I'm doing.
Right.
You know, just don't use the white ones. The white ones are used for something else. And I got to do better with looking at them type of things, but the white ones are definitely used for something else, okay? And once you do that, you're going to take the legs and go ahead and screw those in. Really simple. Screw them all the way into the bottom. And if it ever becomes uneven, just adjust the legs. Now we're going to take our wooden dowels. Yep. Those wooden dowels are going to go into the top smaller holes on each panel, the left, the middle, and the right. Once you have that, well, of course, I already set my dresser up right. It's easier to work with that way. I went ahead and put my wooden dowels in. Now that I have my wooden dowels in, I'm going to go ahead and grab my last panel, which is the top panel, and our cram screws. And we're going to go ahead and screw that into the smaller holes that you see me pointing at. It's going to take 6 of them. And make sure they're the smaller holes, because in the bigger holes, that's where your wooden dowels will fit. So dowel with my one hand, and I got it screwed in. Now that I got it screwed in, you see that little groove? That's going to align with this back flim panel. And you're going to make sure the groove and the panel are flush together. Okay. And let me get a little comfortable. These things can be a little heavy. You know, you don't want to break, crack, or drop no pieces. It has getting a little hot. Go ahead, take that off. I look good. Yeah, I know. You look good, baby. You look good. Yeah, I know. Hey, my bad, y'all. Y'all know I'm a little crazy. I'm a little crazy. Go ahead, eat me a little Jolly Rancher. Now, we're going to pick this piece up, and the best way I like to do it is just to kind of let it rest there. You know, you don't have to do it perfectly the first time. You want to make sure everything's aligned up before you know, just go pushing down on it and forcing it to go on the top of this assembly. So I usually start off at one edge at a time, put those 2 through. Once those 2 through, I work my way towards the middle, make sure that's lined up, and everything will basically snap right into place. Sometimes you do have to press down a little bit just because the wooden dowels are like firm and snug into the assembly, but however, it shouldn't be that much force. As you can see, my panels are flushed through, and now I'm going to take my cam screws and I'm going to go ahead and screw that in there. Here come these people with these damn leaf blowers and stuff after I didn't. Man, if you could sleep through this noise, this is a different level of tired, because I hate hearing that come through my window. And I hope it ain't loud on my video, but you know, we're roughly almost through. You're gonna go ahead and take your cam screws and you're gonna tighten that. Oh my god, I might have to shut the window. Now we're gonna take our wooden dowels, and that's gonna go on the bottom portion of our dresser, just so we can stick the bottom panel on there, so we can hide this little ugly wood part that's not painted. Yeah, now they done blew all that pollen in here. My allergies get to messing up. So here's our panel. Yeah, it should line up perfectly, but I struggle with it as well, getting the holes to align with the holes, but nonetheless, it went on, so snap right on. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yep, snap that on just like that. Boom, 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 boom. You could even put those metal plates on with those little plastic pieces. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. You can do that before this step, or you can do it after this step. I did it after this step. Yeah. So now I have this snapped on, just like this, right? I'm gonna take these metal pieces, they're like L-shaped brackets, and it goes like this with that white piece plugged up in there. You're not gonna want to use the black ones. The black ones are for the back, the white ones are for this part right here. I had messed up, and this is what you use the white ones for. Stick the one piece that has the opening into the hole, and then the piece that seals it and locks it together snaps in like that. Once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and put those into all the remaining holes available, like this one. Oh man, that noise is really bothering me. I'm gonna go shut the window, guys. But you're gonna do that, and you're gonna do that to all the holes. And if you have nails like me, you're gonna use your pliers to help you out. Okay. Now, we're getting all those things screwed in. This is a very crucial part. Maybe you should lay the dresser back down if you feel like it. I don't know. I was being lazy. I wasn't laying that thing back down on the back. Sure it wasn't. So now we're going to take these half black pieces and we're going to secure this flimsy panel in the back. Same way you use the white pieces. Basically, you're going to use the black pieces with the flat part of the plastic black piece facing towards the back of the assembly. Otherwise, it won't fit in there and you'll have problems. Then you're going to take the thin piece that matches that black piece and you're just going to seal it and click it in there. Maybe one day I'll look up the term of what these pieces are actually called, because I don't know. They're just like snap pieces. I think it's somewhere in the zip tie family, if you want to be honest. If you take a look at it and like how it's meshed together, it reminds me of a zip tie, but in a different form. So now everything is secure. We didn't build this dresser. We're down to the last part, which is the drawers. We're going to go ahead and get all of our drawer panels together. Oh, well, actually, there's two little screws that came in pouch one. I'm sorry. They're going to go into the back panel. And there's just two holes at the bottom, one on this side, one on the opposite end. And simple, just screw those in for extra security of that flimsy back panel. Once you have that screwed in, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start working on the drawers. You have 6 drawers, and 2 of them at the top are a little thinner than the others. So those 2, just make sure you keep separate so you know which ones go where when it's time to put the drawers in. We're going to grab our cam screws, and we're going to screw these into the smaller holes on the outer sides of these drawer panels. Just like you see me do here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that to all the sides of my panels. I'm also only going to show you guys one example of a drawer, how to put it together from start to finish, and I'm not going to show y'all the method of all 6 drawers. I was trying to save data and space on my phone this go around. Didn't really have a lot of memory, so I apologize for that, but at least you get to see how a drawer is put together. And it's the same thing for all 6 of the drawers. Nothing changes besides the sides of the 2. So now you see this groove in them 3 holes. You're going to make sure those 3 holes that's on the new panel, we are grabbing this in my hand, are aligned with the grooves. And if it's not, then see, that's not going to work. That's not for that side. See this one? Not for that side. You want those 3 small holes to align with the groove. Yeah, those. So that's not going to work either. It's going to work for the other side, just not this side. Yeah. Nope. The other side, just not this side. The other side, it was close. But you need the holes to be on the other side now, on the outer side. So, no. No. Bingo, just like this. You want it to look just like this. Those 3 tiny holes are aligned with the groove. It goes in, snaps just like that. We're going to go ahead and add all of our side panels to the other ones. Make sure everything's everything. Double check if you have to, because you do not want to have to go back and unscrew these things. Just saves you a lot of time. When you get this done, take out your cam screws and go ahead and tighten it up. First things first is more important. But as I was saying, when you get this far in your assembly, you don't really have time for mistakes. You're tired, you want to be done. So just make sure you do these parts right, so you don't have to go back. Now that we have those cam screws tightened on both sides of our assembly, I'm going to go ahead and take our flat panel and just align that into the groove just like this. And it's not going to stay completely until we put the backing on, but yeah. You're going to align the backing just like this into the groove. And put that one into that groove just like that. Boom. Now we're going to take these plastic cam lock screws. They're like cam screws, but they're plastic. And don't really screw it in. You just push it in just like this. And take your cam lock screw and tighten it up. I will show you a closer view so you'll understand if you don't. And this is going to use a flathead screwdriver. You won't be able to use the Phillips to do this one. And I think they just wanted you to keep the screws separate so you didn't get them mixed up. These are the cam lock screws that came in bag number 2. And here's your example, closer up. See, you just push it in. It's a little plastic piece. A little sticks out through the hole. Put the cam screw in, tighten it up. It doesn't do a full turn, just boom. Now you have it tightened. Yep, just like this. So now we're going to take this little silver-ish piece. I should have put the silver piece on first. I did do that to the remaining 5 drawers, but I'm going to show you how to do it now. So you don't have to go back and take out the wooden panel. I just usually stick one edge in, rotate it, lift it up just a little bit, and push it down. It gives the drawer more security in case it's about to fall from the heaviness of the clothes. Now that you have that done, we're going to take our last portions of our rails. And I'm just showing y'all how to do that little metal piece again. And you see how my rails are flush with the drawer. The wheels go towards the back of the drawer. That's the front of the drawer, and this is the back of the drawer. You want to make sure the wheels are towards the back. You're going to use those 3 little screws again, and you're going to go ahead and screw those in where the opening of the holes are onto the side panel of the drawer. Trying to give y'all a better view with my limited space I have this time. And that little flimsy panel at the bottom of the drawer, you want to make sure that's aligned with the drawer itself, the railing, because the railing supports that as well. And I'll show you a closer up video of how that looks too. Give me a second, y'all. I'm almost over here struggling my dance. So now I'm getting that tightened. And once you have that tightened up, look how, and we're going to flip it over and do it to the other side. But look at how the little flimsy panel is out. But I slid it back in. Make sure it's in when you flip it over. And you're going to keep it aligned. Just like that. See? Now we're going to take our another rail. And make sure you use the right rail. If the rail is not laying flat, you have most likely grabbed the rail to the wrong side. So you just want to make sure your rail is laid flat. Just like this. And the wheel is towards the back. Go ahead and get that tightened and go ahead and do the same thing to my remaining 5 drawers. I'm going to go ahead and take the screw and our white drawer knob, and we're going to go ahead and tighten it up just like this. And there you have one drawer fixed. Like I said, if it's the smaller drawer, you're going to want to keep those two separate because those two drawers go at the top of the dresser. If not, you will have a hard time putting them in because they will not fit correctly. So now you're going to go ahead and put the wheel on top of the railing and you just give it a little lift up. You kind of feel it tilting and you push the drawer through. You'll hear it click. That is completely normal. And I usually pull the drawer in and out just to test it. Once everything feels and looks good, I go ahead and put the remaining of the drawers in. As you can see, that one wasn't lined up correctly. I think I had it too far on the railing. So I went ahead and moved it down and boom, it fits. I call myself trying to show y'all a closer view here. Don't really know if you can see it good. Hopefully so, but yeah. Put the wheel on top of that wheel. Then lift it up a little bit. It'll drop through some more, and then you'll be able to push it through. So yep, test it out. And for the last two. Remember y'all, if this video helped you, remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And I appreciate y'all. I'm checking my drawers to make sure they work. You're not going to be able to pull out two drawers on the same side for security purposes. But yeah, pretty good. Until next time.